In this AI gold rush we're in, it feels like a new platform launches every single day. But every now and then, one comes along with a promise so big, you just have to stop and ask, what's the catch? Abacus AI is one of those. They claim to be everything for everyone, all at once. So how are they even trying to pull that off? Let's dig in. Okay, so right off the bat, their own homepage hits you with these two, well, frankly confusing claims. On one hand, it's the world's first AI super assistant. Sounds simple, personal, right? But then in the same breath, they call it a complete end-to-end MLOps platform, which, sounds super corporate and complex. It's kind of like a car dealership trying to sell you a family minivan that's also a Formula One race car. Like, which one is it?
And that confusion, right there, is the central mystery we're going to unravel in this explainer. What is Abacus AI, really? Is it the simple assistant? Is it the complex enterprise tool? Or is it somehow both? We're going to peel back the layers and find out what's really going on. All right, so to figure this out, we've got to start with the big picture. What's the grand promise they're making? What's the idea they're selling to all of us?
And, the vision itself is pretty compelling. I mean, it was founded by a team with some serious heavy hitters from places like Google, AWS, and Uber. Their whole goal is to clean up the absolute mess that is AI development right now, where you have to stitch together a dozen different tools. Their idea? One platform, one place for the entire AI lifecycle, whether you're just an individual tinkering with stuff or a massive business trying to launch the next big thing.
And here it is. This is the key to the whole puzzle. Abacus AI isn't actually one single product. It's really two completely different platforms wearing the same trench coat. You've got Chat LLM Teams, which is the friendly, cheap super assistant for you and me. And then you have Abacus AI Enterprise, the incredibly powerful and expensive engine for big corporations. Realizing that there are two faces to this company, well, that's the key to understanding everything else.
Okay, so let's start with that first face, the one most people are going to see. The accessible, cheap version. This super assistant that's designed to pull you in. And wow, look at how they do it. The hook is a starting price of just $10 a month. I mean, for what they promise, access to a whole suite of cutting-edge AI models, that sounds like an absolute steal, right? An unbeatable deal. But as you might guess, there's a pretty big secret hiding behind that tiny price tag. So let's talk about their showstopper feature, something called Deep Agent. The way they market this thing, it's like a genie in a bottle. It can supposedly build multi-page websites on its own, do all your market research, write entire reports, automate your sales emails. I mean, we're talking about your own personal AI army, working for you 24/7. The promises sound, well, honestly, they sound a little too good to be true. And yeah, here's the reality check. When you look at what actual users are saying, it's a totally different story. That basic plan, you're capped at just 2 tasks a day. 2. And even then, tasks frequently just fail. They run out of these mysterious compute points halfway through a job. So what you realize is that this amazing deep agent isn't really a tool you can rely on. It's what's called a loss leader. It's basically a paid demo. It's designed to give you a taste of what's possible, get you excited, but it's not actually built to let you do any serious work without upgrading a lot. Okay, so that's the consumer-facing side. Now, let's pivot and look at the other face of Abacus AI. This is the hidden engine, the industrial strength platform that's actually getting those jaw-dropping results you see in their case studies. This is where the real power is. So to really get what this enterprise side does, we have to talk about a term you might have heard, MLOps. Now, don't let the jargon scare you. It's actually a pretty simple concept. If you've heard of DevOps for software development, well, MLOps is basically that, but for AI. It's all the nuts and bolts, all the plumbing required to take an AI model from just a cool experiment on a laptop to a reliable, heavy-duty tool that a business can depend on. See, in most companies, this whole process, from feeding data in to training the model to actually deploying it and watching it, it's a complete mess. It's like duct taping 5 or 6 different tools together and just praying it all works. What Abacus AI Enterprise claims to do is solve that chaos. It brings all of those steps under one roof. And the absolute core of this whole enterprise engine is something called a real-time ML feature store. Now, what does that do?
It has one absolutely critical job. It makes sure that the data the AI model was trained on looks exactly like the live data it's going to see out in the real world. That consistency, that's the secret sauce. That's what separates a flimsy AI prototype that breaks all the time from a rock-solid system that you can bet your business on. All right, so now we get it. We've seen the two faces, the limited, kind of frustrating super assistant and the super powerful enterprise engine. So now let's put them side by side. Let's do a reality check and see how those incredible promises stack up against the actual user experience. First, let's look at the promise, the results. You've got a company using the enterprise platform to score its sales leads. The result? A 7x, that's a 700% improvement in sales conversions. I mean, that's not just a small bump, that's a game changer. Then you have a law firm. They use the platform to automate drafting these really complex legal documents. Bam, a 70% reduction in the time it takes. That's a massive win for them. And one more, a biotech company built a custom chatbot with it, just so their scientists could search through lab data faster. Their productivity shot up by 55%. So there's no question about it. For the big money enterprise clients, this platform is clearly delivering the goods. But what does it cost to get those results? This pricing table really tells the whole story. You see that little hop from the $10 basic to the $20 Pro plan? Yeah, that's nothing. Look at the jump to enterprise. It starts at $5,000 a month. All the really powerful stuff, the things that get those amazing results like full API access, it's all locked behind that enormous paywall. And if you're stuck on those lower tiers, it seems to get even more frustrating. This quote really sums up what a lot of users are saying online. They see the credit system as a predatory trap. It's so confusing and burns through credit so fast that people feel like it's intentionally designed to make you run out and force you to keep buying more. So you end up with this completely split personality. On the one hand, people love the idea of Abacus AI. The all-in-one concept, the cheap access to lots of different models, that's a huge draw. But on the other hand, the reality is a system that's buggy, has a confusing credit system, and, this is the real killer, customer support that users say is basically non-existent. Okay, so we've pulled back the curtain and figured out the mystery. Now for the most important part. What does this mean for you? Let's give a final verdict. All right, here's my recommendation, and it really depends on who you are. If you're a student or a hobbyist just looking to play around with some AI tools, go for it. It's a cheap sandbox. Just expect bugs and watch your credits like a hawk. Now, if you're a developer or a small business owner looking for a tool to run your business on, I'd say be extremely careful. It just doesn't seem reliable enough for anything mission critical. But if you're working for a big company and you're evaluating serious MLOps platforms, then yes, Abacus AI is absolutely a viable contender. It's definitely worth getting a formal demo and a proof of concept. And that leaves us with one big final question that's not just about Abacus AI, but about the whole industry. Can a platform really serve two masters? Can it be both a cheap, simple tool for the masses and a high-end, complex engine for the enterprise? Or at some point, is that dual identity going to force them to choose who they really want to be?